Hellmaster EX. This award-winning system features the first single-engine joystick with digital electric steering and new autopilot capability. See Hellmaster EX in action at a Yamaha Outboard dealer or visit YamahaOutboards.com.
The Fishing News is sponsored by these fine partners.
Now, until December 31st, Tsunami is giving away a Salt X waterproof backpack when you purchase a new Salt X2 reel. With its 19 seals and machined aluminum frame, the rugged Salt X2 can conquer any fishing condition you may face. Check out the QR code for all the details.
For more than 20 years, anglers everywhere have come to know one thing: that nothing says no to fish bites.
Tuesday morning sunrise in Monmouth County. I told my buddy Eric to meet me by the curb on the street at 6:15. Had a good feeling about first light fishing with the immense amount of sand eels in the wash the dusk prior. Now his car was there already, but he was up on the beach along the surf line early, little after 6 a.m. when I got to my spot. He already had his rod bent. The early bird indeed catches the worm. Go Birds. The mighty E-Rock. If you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, as I am, you know him from his social media posts. We grew up in the same section of the vet, level 700. I still have season tickets in section 225. So does he. Go Birds. Hey, sorry, Giants fans. No disrespect intended. But, I mean, you do have 4 Super Bowls, and we only have that one Philly special trophy. So let E-Rock and I have our day. I'm Jim Hutchinson, New Jersey, Delaware Bay edition of the Fisherman magazine. It's Thursday, the 21st of November. 'Tis the season to seize the day, seize every possible day, any chance you can get. Dusk, dawn, an hour here, 2 hours there. And this particular morning that I'm talking about, Tuesday morning, sand eels were awakening from their beachfront burrows, and the bass had found them right there, boiling. You could see the bass boiling every once in a while, but for the most part, a couple of birds here and there, sometimes a lot of birds, but those fish were there. It's not exactly blitz conditions, but the Tsunami sand eel getting the job done. I will admit, though, the very next morning, which was Wednesday morning, sand eels were there at dawn once again, but alas, the stripers were not. Enter the dreaded spiny dogfish. I would tell you that a lot of these Tsunami sand eels now, they're hard to find. The 8-inch and the 7-inch Tsunami sand eels, because they're on back order. I talked to the folks at Tsunami, and they're hard to get right now. They've got them here. I'm here at Charlie's Bait and Tackle in Normandy Beach. I'm looking at what he's got on the rack, and they are here. So now, I correctly predicted this Tuesday bite by stumbling upon these fish on Monday afternoon, which just so happened to be the anniversary of the Black Friday Blitz of 2022. If you were there, you know. But this year, November 18th was a Monday, and bass were piling on both peanut bunker and sand eels on Monday. Not having any luck with the swim shads or the metal lips where I was in Monmouth County. I'm like struggling. This guy next to me goes, "Throw a sand eel." That's what I did. Fish after fish. The rod was bent. Beautiful sight. Now, while this was going on, to the south of me, I talked to Pete at Charlie's Bait and Tackle this week. Monday, it was great conditions along this stretch, and even farther south. I know folks would really like for me to be specific and tell me exactly what street, what town. Suffice to say is I'm going to speak in generalities, because the fact is you can go shoulder to shoulder in these blitz conditions, say from Island Beach all the way to Sandy Hook when they pop up, or you can pick a few spots in between and mostly still find a pretty darn good bite from time to time if you get it right. So what did it look like along the Ocean County beaches Monday and Tuesday to start this week? Well, I could show you video from along the beach and everything blowing up. We usually try to do that, but instead, this week I'm going to give you a fish's perspective on what it looks like from down below, from a fish eye. Once again, we turn to the film and photographic mastery of Tom Lynch, Angry Fish Gallery in Point Pleasant, and what we see in a blitz isn't what the striper sees in a blitz. Occasionally you get that bass right up against the camera lens. Look at that. This is really cool. I have no idea how Tom gets this footage, whether he's actually swimming or he has some secret underwater drone, and he won't tell me. But what his photography above in those drone shots that we occasionally share, and this below the water line, it does reveal how these critters behave, which sometimes offers a hint or two in what you should be throwing. He and I were chatting in his Point Pleasant gallery, Angry Fish Gallery, not long ago about sand eels in the mix with the bunker. So if you're throwing a swim shad in the melee but not getting a bite, try one of those sand eel imitations, because a lot of times they're mixed in together. You might be surprised, as I was on Monday afternoon. Match the hatch, well, it can sometimes mean a little bit more than the obvious. So here we are on the 21st, and we're heading straight ahead towards the holidays, the magic of Thanksgiving, surf opportunities, and another Black Friday next week. I bring that up here and now at Charlie's Bait and Tackle in Normandy Beach, which for the most part, in many ways, has been like an apex of this entire blitz melee mayhem. But next week is the 13th annual Surf Turkey Striper Tournament presented by Charlie's. Now this year, it's all catch and release, which is good news with the number of quality fish that we have along these stretches of late popping up. Quite a few overs. So if you're into it, and if you're planning on a big Thanksgiving weekend with family and friends, stop in here to the shop by 5 p.m. this Tuesday. It's a $45 entry, and the tournament gets underway on Wednesday all the way through the Thanksgiving weekend. Pete says guaranteed $2,000 cash prize in this tournament this year, this catch and release. It's a classic, the Turkey Day Classic. He's got the gift package here. And he's also got, if you stop by here, he's got a Toys for Tots program. I'm not going to lift the box because there's already some really good toys inside. But stop by before Tuesday at 5 p.m. if you want to get in on that surf turkey. So in addition to those sand eels, just real quick, speaking with Charlie about and Hunter about some of the things that are working right now. I mentioned the sand eels. If you're looking for a good teaser for November into December, especially when we get to the real good part of the sand eel bite, he's got those Felmley eels. There aren't a lot of these left. They're stopped production. Charlie went out there and bought up just about everything. You've also got the plastic swim shads, the small peanut bunker, and also the sand eels. But Happy Baits, Scott Hoffman, great new product. You can find the Happy Baits here at the shop with the jig heads, the Kill Shot jig heads by Magic Tail. And the other thing is, especially when we've got these adult bunker moving along, a lot of folks have been throwing spooks. Pete's telling me a lot of good things about Dante's Magic Tails Ahab. And if you've ever fished with Dante, Ahab is a pretty good description of Dante Sorrente. So this, again, the Surf Turkey is next Thursday, but you want to get in here by Tuesday. We're going to talk more about stripers and blackfish and sea bass in just a couple of minutes. But let's also talk about what also dropped this week, Sunday night, early Monday morning, and that is the December edition of the Fisherman magazine. Is out on newsstands now. It's out just in time for next Black Friday because it's our holiday gift guide. I'm not shopping. There's no way I'm shopping on Black Friday, but I will be fishing. So we've got that information in there as well because we've got 60 gift ideas for the holidays, for your holiday shopping, but we've also got a bunch of local stuff to get you all geared up for the rest of the run through December. Northern Lights image on the cover, but of course we had to commemorate that remarkable event on October 10th. The photo comes to us from New England Edition editor Dave Anderson. He was out and about with fellow caster Ben Dickinson and photographer Paul Rosala. Cool shot. And again, our annual gift guide. It's a special edition. Also, when you go inside the magazine, I mentioned the magazine. I'm going to get out of the frame for a second because Charlie's got them here. That's that beautiful edition. So it is in tackle shops. It is in newsstands. When you turn into the inside section, you go to our table of contents, you'll see what we've got. First thing I try to do is break down this new ASMFC striped bass management mess. That's in there. You got Captain Jim Frieda spotlights November and December bluefin tuna. That's in there. Nick Honicheski takes us on a tour, a headboat tour. to figure out exactly what you're going to load up for on the holidays by lining up lining up along the rails of your favorite head boat at the Jersey Shore. Our Pocono Outdoors guy has some winter walleye advice, and Angelo Paluzzo helps put together our locally sourced Feast of the Seven Fishes just in time for the holidays. Expect your copy, you subscribers, to arrive Wednesday or Thursday. We would have been here yesterday, but today, Thursday, or maybe Friday into the weekend. If you're not a subscriber, well, you should be. But you can also find it at newsstands or tackle shops, as I said. When another deadline, though, is fast approaching, it's hard to believe. I'm already looking at January 2025 edition. But that's you don't have to worry about that. I have to worry about those deadlines. All you have to worry about is the action that's going on right now. Now, that said, I received a note from the Fisherman magazine's legal department this week as our in-house attorneys have asked me to remind viewers of the following. This report is solely for recreational use, not to be used for gambling purposes, and any and all forecasts and predictions by James Hutchinson should be considered at viewers' risk of potential failure or disappointment, and the magazine holds no indemnity for poor and erroneous conjectures given by Mr. Hutchinson, who is notably wrong more than he is right. So apparently the legal Eagles were ticked off about my National Party with Your Bear Day Blitz of 24 prediction for this past Saturday. Based on the wind and the weather going into the weekend, I was expecting big things along the Jersey coast on Saturday. Maybe it was the moon, maybe I was just plain wrong. But Pink Bear and I, well, we didn't get tight at all on Saturday. In truth, the only blitz that I was even remotely close to lasted about 10 minutes, and it wasn't far from Charlie's shop here, when I got a text from Jenny Ackerman. She and Sean Smeda got on him. 10 minutes, 2 miles away. I wasn't there. I also bumped into Jason Wilk on the beach on Saturday, and once this black cloud had lifted, in other words, after I drove off the beach, Jason's wife got her personal best, a personal best striper on a Wonder Bread SP minnow. So yeah, there were fish up and down the coast on Saturday. Just wasn't the crazy visuals of an all-out blitz. They were harder to come by. And yes, up and down the entire coast, just like I said, surf fishing might not be the same in Atlantic and Cape May County right now, not as it is in Ocean and Monmouth County, but there's still fish to be had, especially by boat. It's definitely a tougher pick. You got to work at them in the surf in South Jersey, but the boaters are getting on them. The folks at Sea Isle Bait and Tackle said Larry, BJ, and Adam reported excellent striper fishing on Saturday, each landing their keeper, slot, plus they had a bunch of throwbacks, all on soft plastics. Maybe they're the happy baits. I have no idea. But again, in terms of this incredible scenery, the fleet, the parking lots, the picket fences, this was my trip to the northernmost buggy access beach in New Jersey on Sunday. Hint, hint. Crowds, lots of them. And finicky bass blowing up on bunker pods. That was Sunday. This can be visually stimulating, may lead to bloody thumbs from cast after cast releases, but occasionally it can also get very frustrating. And anyone who saw me storm off the beach on Sunday can attest to it. I'm throwing a small shad, I'm throwing a big shad, I'm throwing a big metal lip, I'm throwing a small metal lip, I go with an avid jig, a sand eel imitation, a bucktail, a light, heavy, top, bottom. Before you know it, if you're not paying attention to the line rate that's coming on, you get the braid knot, the wind knot. It is the second most powerful knot known to humankind, right after the eel knot. It happens, so they say. But yeah, the striper run continues and should continue along the Jersey Shore well into Christmas, and for you guys in Atlantic and Cape May County, hopefully into the new year. But with a week to go before the Thanksgiving holiday, there's still time to get on this. That's what I'm saying. Kevin Ingram let me know. He was in Ocean County on Tuesday when it lit up in the morning on Peanut Bunker in the wash. Several hookups, including a 38-incher on a Tsunami swim shad. Meanwhile, down in Atlantic County, Mark Y. took the lead in the Riptide Derby this week with a chunky 30-incher. Andy at Riptide Bait and Tackle in Brigantine said Mark was throwing an SP minnow off the North Jetty there at Absecon Inlet for this 13-pound, 6-ounce bass. Now, weather-wise, I don't know, man. It looks good to me, again, for those bunker blitzes, gusty winds, and mainly offshore. West Thursday, southwest Friday, back to the west on Saturday and Sunday. Do I say heck with the Fisherman's legalese and give a prediction? I mean, Saturday is National Cashew Day. Would I be nuts to give you that bold prediction? Never mind. Well, listen, here's the deal. Having bass blowing up just outside the bar, especially on the outside edge of the bar, it's a great time for launching a pencil. Round 2 of the Open Boat Surf Casting Challenge is here, and Jenny is asking fellow surfcasters to pencil it in for the weekend ahead.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Open Boat. We are on phase 2 of the Open Boat Surfcaster Challenge. Now, the first week I asked you guys to catch a fish on a teaser. This week I'm gonna ask you guys to catch a fish on, I got a million of them in here. Let's see if I can get one on the first try. Oh, bingo, a pencil popper. Now, this is a Scabelli pencil popper. You can fish your favorite pencil popper for this challenge. I want to see you guys get some nice fall run stripers on a pencil popper. Now, of course, I don't have my waders, so I can't wade, but I'm gonna talk to you guys while I'm fishing. So, if you guys get a fish on a pencil popper, you're gonna email it to me, jackerman@thefisherman.com, with your name and the region you're fishing from. And when we wrap up this video series here, the little challenge, I'm gonna showcase all you awesome Open Boat viewers who caught during the Open Boat Challenge. So get out there now. Now's the time to fish and participate in the Open Boat Challenge. I'm gonna be proud of you guys with all the submissions. I know you guys are out there fishing hard, so I can't wait to see your catches on the challenge items. And stay tuned for the next Open Boat Surfcaster Challenge for the final lure. Catch you guys out there.
Battle 4.
So while a lot of the head boats at the Jersey Shore right now are putting anglers into this extraordinary striper bite that's just off the beach, you do have porgy, black sea bass, and blackfish in place at the Jersey Shore right now. Remember that sea bass limits are up to 15 fish per person as of November 1st. This will carry us through December 31st. While blackfish is back at a 5 fish bag limit in New Jersey as of this past Saturday. Again, pick up that December edition of the Fisherman for a list of the head boats that are sailing through the end of the year. There are plenty of them, plenty of opportunities for you to bring some tasty fish home for your holiday menus coming up. I heard from John Creeley, who was out togging with Captain Adam Bomb Charters down in South Jersey on Sunday. John said, quote, just crazy tog fishing on wrecks. And then this happens, bang, an 11-pound, 8-ounce sheep's head. You wonder where these fish go when they leave Cape May County waters. Do they head south? Well, this one was offshore with the tog. John said he was using a new rod from Advanced Fishing USA, striker rods and blanks. This is the SB 710EX. John said this sweet new rod he has put together, designed specifically as an affordable and sturdy tog rod. Say that 10 times fast. And that's going to be available this upcoming show season. It's hard to believe that we're already looking at the 2025 show season, but we are. If you're waiting for show season to buy a boat, just hold that thought for a few seconds.
In the market for a Pioneer 202 Islander, this 2023 model is available at a great price. Contact David from Raritan Marina at 732-566-5961. Looking for a great deal on a 2023 Parker 2820 XLD Sport Cabin? Hans and Smythe has what you're looking for. Call Eric at 609-597-7813. Check out this YouTube description for all the details on these boats.
So yeah, show season is staring us straight in the face starting in January. I'm actively working on the 2025 seminar lineup. We've got the New Jersey Boat Sale and Expo in February, working on all those seminars. We've got the Philly Fishing Show the same weekend in February, and then I've got the Atlantic City Boat Show at the end of February. You seminar guys, you know who you are. Give me a shout if you're ready to take to the stage again during the winter of 2025. Now, speaking of which, would you look at this? My old friend DJ Muller is back in town. Must be a good surf bite. He's in town. Go figure. He's down the road a bit at Gabriel Tackle this Monday night, November 25th at 6 p.m. I may have to come down, take some notes from DJ, see if I can't transfer that into a big Turkey Day win here at Charlie's Bait and Tackle next week. We've got a couple of additional events to tell you about this weekend. But first, look, the drought may be over as you're watching this. We've got some rain at the end of this week, but the drought conditions in New Jersey have certainly affected the freshwater bite. What I'm finding out too is it's affecting the bite in the Poconos as well. Let's head west, check in with George, our Pocono Outdoors guy.
Well, hey, thanks, Jim. Looks like we might get a little bit of rain here in the Poconos finally. You know, that's all the guys been talking about the past couple of weeks is, you know, how much we need the rain, all the rivers, creeks, lakes, and streams completely low. I mean, we've just seen record lows here in the last couple of years that I've ever seen. Beltsville's down probably around 10 feet now. I'm hearing the same at Wallen Pompack, probably around 5. Guys in the Lehigh and all other creeks and streams are saying how difficult the fishing is because the water is so low. There are fish to be had, guys. It's a little bit more challenging. You got to go where the those deeper pools are in the lakes. You know, those weed flats where the fish usually get up and feed. Well, they're not there anymore, so you have to be a little bit more creative and know the waters that you're trying to fish. Now, we did have a couple of the diehards check in and show some of the fish they're catching. Maybe you can use that for a little inspiration. We had Josh Velez. Well, he was out fishing at Beltsville too. He was out catfishing, got himself a 16-pound channel cat. Not too bad for a day's work. He also shared a couple of pictures here of how low the water is. Those catfish boxes are actually exposed. That's where the catfish go in and spawn. Also, we had the picture of the ramp down by the water's edge looking up, and you can just get an idea how low that lake is right now. We also had Rich Bates. He was checking it up from the Lackawaxen. He was out doing a little muskie fishing. Actually ended up getting a really nice little brown trout instead. So that's a pretty feisty brown trout to hit a muskie bait, but congratulations there, Rich. Chris Matchison checked in again. He was back down there in Chester County, again getting into a mess of brown trout with those Panther spinners, doing some real good work there. So there are fish to be had, guys. You're going to have to work for them a little bit. Hopefully this rain will give us a little relief, but I think we need more than one day to break the trend here. Guys, get out and get on them. But from Pennsylvania, I'm George, your Pocono Outdoors guy.
And now the Dreamboat Fishing Challenge entries for the week. November 30th is getting very close, and there were no new weigh-ins this week, so time is running out to catch Kyle Kraus. So the leaderboard remains the same. Ahmed Solomon at 19 points, Scott Waterman with 24, and Kyle Kraus holding steady at 36. There were no new weigh-ins this week in the Coastal Kayak Clash, and time is running out. Can Bob Wagner land a bigger tog than Justin Oser before the contest ends? We will see. The leaderboard looks like this. Todd Treones has 4 points. Bob Wagner has 9 points, right behind our leader, Justin Oser, with 10 points.
Congratulations to John Bullock at Old School Outdoors in Ewing Township, just outside of Trenton. We broadcast earlier this season from John's shop there, but he is enjoying his second anniversary of Old School Outdoors there in Ewing. To celebrate, they're having a fishing contest this Saturday, November 23rd. John said they're having a free lunch as well. 2 divisions, bass and panfish. You Sweetwater fans should check out osoutdoorsnj.com or visit John's Ewing shop. It's not too far from the airport up there in Trenton. If spiny dogs have chewed off your plastic tails, you might want to head out to the 29th Annual Rahway Fall Fishing Flea Market this Saturday, November 23rd. That's from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. at St. Thomas Church Hall, 1400 St. George's Avenue in Rahway. Admission is $5. Kids 12 and under are free. For details, pick up the November edition or go to fishingfleamarkets.com. Look at that. I'm getting another update. My phone rings constantly this time of year. If yours doesn't, you need to get a better Intel network. Hey, if you think that Monmouth County beaches, which that could be what that call is, if Monmouth County beaches are going to light up this weekend, you may be right. You may want to sign up for the Hudson River Fishermen's Association's 4th Annual Bass and Blues Surf Casting Derby. Lunch and awards will be at the Gazebo in Atlantic Highlands at 12:30. For details, call Michael Sardinas at 201-232-5988. Now, there's still time as well to join the LBI Surf Fishing Classic. The 70th Annual Tournament runs through December 8th. You can still get on it, striped bass, blues, and yeah, there's still tog on those jetty rocks. I'm hearing from the jetty jocks up and down the coast, from Monmouth County all the way down into Cape May County. There are still enough tog on the rocks, and that could net you some money in that LBI Surf Fishing Classic. Stop by Jingles Bait and Tackle, Surf City Bait and Tackle, or Fish Heads to get in on that. You can go to lbisfc.com. 70 years. That's how long that LBI Derby has been running. That's history. History. History is what it's all about in our recreational fishing community. I've been in a casual debate of sorts with folks on social media about the sport of fishing. Well, they don't give participation trophies simply for going up and surf fishing, unless, of course, you're in a tournament. So, no, I don't see it as a sport. I hate the word sport. Recreational fishing in New Jersey is a culture. It's a tradition. It's all about the traditions and the heritage that's passed down from one generation to the next. It's an interwoven fabric of that tradition. History. That's what I think recreational fishing is. History. If you like history, you'll appreciate this. One of my favorite sessions was on November 23rd, 2022, on the beach in Belmar just before Thanksgiving. We had this all to ourselves, just a few of us, watching these peanut bunker coming into shore and the bass hot on their tails. There was a man next to me with his son. His son was still wearing shorts. That's how warm it was. And they were able to get in on the action. This was all that it was about, this blitz with 3 people. And within 5 minutes, there were about 100 friends all around me. But it's pretty much what the fall run is all about. In terms of history, the photos and video on my cell phone tell me we have a lot more to come this fall during the Striper run of 2024. Catch them up. I'll see you again next week for Turkey Day. And do not forget Charlie's 13th Annual Surf Turkey. You have until Tuesday to register. Be sure to bring along a toy. Gobble, gobble.